I love the Grey Cup playoffs. I really do. It's it's amazing. It's just an amazing tournament. 3 weeks long, but the games are just exciting. Though one thing I've noticed, both games have their moments. There's usually like one that's like kind of quiet but nail biting, and then there's the offensive shootout. The East was the former. Hamilton and Montreal played each other, and Montreal kind of started up 3-0 and kind of held Hamilton's offense at bay for the most part. But that second quarter, Hamilton exploded, 20 points, never looked back. So they took control and took the Eastern semifinal, and now they're off to Toronto to face the Argonauts. And then you had the Western game. The West game was a complete shootout, just points, points, points. A lot of lead changes. Calgary and Saskatchewan's head-to-head games were always amazing, and of course the Western semifinal was a different because this game went to overtime, tied at 27. Both teams traded field goals, but then when it was Calgary's turn in that second mini game, Rene Paredes' kick went wide left. So all the Riders had to do was just run a few plays, get a few yards, and they made their kick. So Calgary choked again, and now the Riders are off to Winnipeg. What a game! What a game! What a couple of games! And I did watch them both. I watched the East one intently because it was on early. The West game was conflicted with the Packers game, so I was switching between both games. But yeah, it was amazing. Great way to kick off the Grey Cup playoffs, the 108th version, and now we're on to round number two. The division finals are set. It will be the Tiger Cats and the Argonauts face each other in Toronto. This is the fifth time this year they'll be meeting. Toronto won 3 of the 4 regular season meetings. Both games at home, both two to wins at home, and one crucial win in Hamilton. Um, their most recent regular season meeting was the one that got Toronto this home field in this game. Of course, this is the first time they've had home field in a division semifinal since 2017, which saw the Argos win the whole thing. Um, so this is gonna be interesting. Of course, Hamilton's reached this deep before, but they've only reached and they've gone on to reach the Grey Cup game a couple times, but haven't won it in this latest stretch. Um, of course, Toronto's looking to get to the Grey Cup for the first time since winning it 4 years ago, and yeah, so it's just going to be an amazing game. The West game, of course, is Winnipeg and Saskatchewan. The Bombers, of course, they're the reigning, defending, undisputed Grey Cup heavyweight champions, and they've been playing like it this year. Uh, they finished 11-3 in the short season, and they clinched everything with a lot of time left. Uh, of course, Winnipeg's trying to make it back to back. They're hosting the West Final, and these two teams have faced each other twice. Winnipeg won both in dominant fashion. Of course, one of the games was the Labor Day Classic because these two are Labor Day are natural rivals because they face off every Labor Day because the provinces of Saskatchewan and Manitoba are right next to each other. But so round three is going to be interesting, and I think it looks like it's going to be Bombers Argos in the final in the Grey Cup. Of course, we were the first team to beat Winnipeg this year. Yeah, and that one stood until Winnipeg clinched everything and didn't play anything, didn't play their starters. But yeah, yeah, it's going to be very interesting, and it's nice and convenient for me because the NFL, these guys are off. Yeah, week 13 is the Packers bye, so my attention will turn straight to the Argos. Of course, the Argos, the East game starts at I think it's 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, and then I think it's the West game. I think at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 Eastern, and of course the Grey Cup is in Hamilton on December 12th. It's gonna be a fun. This is gonna be a fun second round here. I think the game's gonna be crazy. I just hope we can avoid overtime and take care of it in regulation. So that's my recap of the division semifinals. Uh, I am going to recap week 14 of the NFL season very, very shortly. And all I have to say is, oh, and I'll be back next week to recap the division final and probably give a preview of the Grey Cup. So again, if you like this video, click the like button, subscribe if you want more. My story on Vocal about the division semifinals is in the description below, so feel free to check it out, give it a like. So, and I'll be back. I'll be back very soon to recap week 12 and get you ready for that home stretch of the NFL. So stay tuned.